god! It's a Twin Blades variant. There's a Maelstrom on the backside. Phantom's picking up more kills, finds Andrew as well as a triple. Oh, look at Tahaka. Finds the Abathur top lane 6. Great Ring of Frost connecting on the 4 members. We might have a comeback for the ages here. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. Will they be able to escape ETC? Does fall. What a counter attack by Regen Red, and he's gonna barely get away with his friggin' teleport ability. Holy shit! That was really spicy. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome! NGS season number 5 is ready to start. It is August 6, 2018. I'm your host for the Evening Murder. You guys know me as the founder of Regen, and we're hanging out today. We have a Division E matchup between Married and Mediocre and Bronze League Heroes. I have the teams in the lobby. We're ready to go. This night is about to pop off. I hope you guys are excited because without NGS, what would we be but nothing but Meeble mortals or feeble mortals? I don't think Meeble's a word. We're gonna go with feeble. And anyway, as I stumble over words from all my excitement, let's hop into a draft. All right, so we're going to Dragonshire. Thank you for that follow, Natilda74. Thank you so much. Hopping into the first draft. This is Dragonshire. Let me go over what happened during the coin flip. We had Bronze League Heroes winning the toss, choosing to have the first map selection. They banned away Cursed Hollow, Married and Mediocre, banned away Volskaya Foundry. Here we are, map number 1, Dragonshire, as chosen by Bronze League Heroes. Map number 2 will be Towers of Doom. Week number 1, round number 1 of NGS. So neither of these teams, day number 1, obviously, they haven't played yet. This is your first look of these squads here in Season 5. Division E, led by the fine and always spectacular moderator Weenus, just joining the NGS crew. Thank you for the bits. That was Divine Fate Tenshi. Appreciate the bit, my friend. To let all of you guys know, we do have a goal. You can see it at the bottom of your screen right now. Detected. All the bits you throw at my stream this season will go towards the Regen Invitational 3. That's the tournament we're going to host before Season 6. So we have all season to get these bits in. And so far, we have... it all started out here by Divine Fate Tenshi. So thank you so much for that bit. We see Tahaka. We see Yarel as the first bans by these teams. Remember, this is a 3-ban meta, so each of these teams are going to have 3 choices here to ban away stuff. C. Diddy, I see you in chat. How's it going, my friend? Rainer, Sir Jim Rainer III is going to be the second ban here by Married and Mediocre, which leaves Bronze League Heroes with their final ban selection, and it's going to be Sagara here on Dragonshire. So wanting to take away a bit of that split push pressure that she can apply, and here she comes a day before the rework. Chromie is hopping into map number 1 here on Dragonshire. Tomorrow there is an opportunity for you guys to see a brand new rework, because Chromie, in the patch notes on the PTR, I believe that's going to be pushed to the live server tomorrow. So she still has that extended range on her Q. A few other things are going to be changed. But Sonya, Genji, the selections by Bronze League Heroes. And that's a pretty deadly combo. Genji, Swift Striking, always able to finish off kills, and Sonya so dominant up in that top lane. We'll see if she will be the answer that Bronze League Heroes is looking for, but they don't know who they're facing there yet, so they're gonna set the pace in the top lane, giving opportunity for Married and Mediocre to find a counter pick to her. Here we see Malfurion, the support, Stitches, the tank for Married and Mediocre. So hooks and roots is going to be the play here. Definitely a difficult execution to pull off, the hook, the root. We'll see how their synergy works. Of course, as mentioned, our first time getting to see these two players trying to throw that synergy out here in Season 5. But I'm excited. I love Stitch's play. I think the hook ability is just a really fun one to be able to have. As we see Maiev, the ban here in the second phase of bans for Bronze League Heroes, leaving our final ban on the board for Married and Mediocre. We'll see what they want to do. Potentially wanting to take away a main tank. They could get rid of a support. They could get rid of some other form of damage. You guys in chat are all too nice. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot. Garrosh, the final ban here in this one. Yeah, so now we're looking at support. They need a tank, and Bronze League Heroes is on the clock. As I have totally neglected to write down any of this stuff in my book, which I love to do. So I'm gonna try to get some of it in now. Look at these bits coming in. This time it's Divine Fate Tenshi again with 108 bits, keeping it rolling. Appreciate it, my man.
Ready for adventure.
And here we go, Diablo Lily. So a off-meta support in Lily. Gonna try to put the blinds down. So far, no auto attacker picked for Married and Mediocre, but we'll see what they want to go into here, as they still have 2 final picks remaining. They could pick up some sort of AA. You never know. And it's going to be Thrall and Phoenix. So there is some AA. Phoenix picked up in that final slot, potentially the solo laner. They could also put Thrall up there, depending on what they want to do. I'd imagine probably we'll see the Phoenix in the solo lane. Just because the Roots synergy with Malfurion and Stitches just gives them that extra bit of lockdown and burst that Chromie is going to be looking to throw down. As I'm trying to pencil in the remaining picks here. Stitches, Thrall,
Let's fly.
and Phoenix. Final selection is Falstead. I love the banter going on in chat. You guys are great. Welcome to the channel, Charber Tolamanzo. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly, but thank you for stopping in this evening, as well as all 25 of you that are here. Amazing support on day number 1 of the Nexus Gaming Series Season 5, and I would expect nothing less from you fine men and women of the Nexus. You guys are amazing. But game number 1. This is Married and Mediocre, Bronze League Heroes. Neither has played a match this season. Your first look, it's going to be Dragonshire, as I finally finished writing down all those picks. Dragonshire is the pick. So a map that can really benefit teams that are good at picking up the Merc camps, pushing with them effectively, creating pressure in opportune spots. Winning that solo lane matchup too is going to be huge. It's going to be the Sonya up against the Phoenix most likely. Of course, they could decide to put the Thrall up there. We still don't know what their selection is, but when you have Falstead and you have Genji, these are 2 heroes that can get around the map quickly. Of course, Falstead with his flight, Genji can navigate between lanes with his swift strike pretty effectively. So we'll see how Bronze League Heroes wants to pull that off, but I fully expect that, let me switch scenes here. I fully expect that we're going to see a lot of those rotations coming out from Bronze League Heroes. But, ladies and gentlemen, on the left-hand side, we have Married and Mediocre. And I don't know why my observer, I don't think I can fix that right now. Observer and replay. Observer interface. Aliobs, is that going to work now? Let's see if that fixed it. No, it'll work for next game. So apparently that wasn't selected. That is my apology. But on the left-hand side, we have Married and Mediocre. We have Tanker on the Stitches. Captain Speedy will be playing Phoenix. Naisu on the Malfurion. Cherubin will be playing the Chromie. Tragus on Thrall. And on the right-hand side, we have Bronze League Heroes coming over from Ta. We have Tyro on Genji. Yep, going to be playing Diablo. Boozing it up on Falstead. Tank Girl on Lily. And up in the solo lane, it's going to be Rage Fist on Sonya. So, unfortunate that I didn't get the observer interface working here. Boozing it up under a lot of pressure, and Falstead, the first to fall here, as took a little bit of damage. The root was money there by Naisu, locking him in. And there we go, our first look at the solo lane matchup. It is going to be Thrall up against the Sonya. We will keep an eye on that, but for now, let's flip around and follow these rotations as we see this 3-man push in the bottom lane. It's Phoenix, Stitches, and Malfurion working on Genji, who's pretty low and now leaping into them, but gets hooked after his Swift Strike, and that's going to be a dead Genji. So a fantastic job hitting a skinny target there by Stitches, as we see another hero falling as well, I believe? No, sorry, that was the Shrine activating. Okay. But 2 kills so far for Married and Mediocre, and they're off to a fantastic start. We do see Bronze League Heroes working on their siege camp, bottom right-hand side of the map here. Yep, and Tank Girl boosting it up as well. Here, ripping through these siege giants. They're going to get it out. As we see, the shrines are activating. Up in the top lane, it's still Sonya. It's still Thrall. They're battling it out. I think so far, Thrall has the better half of this, but you got to remember, Sonya has plenty of health regen, so we'll see if she'll be able to work down this Thrall. Great little battle going on here. She's even going to get a globe out of that exchange. Down on the bottom side, we see Yep holding down the point on his Diablo. Phoenix is here with Malfurion, trying to make sure that he's not going to get a free full channel. Now Stitch is joining the mix. Up top, it's Sonya and Thrall in a big battle. I want you guys not to miss this. Thrall's going to have to back up. Down on the bottom side, we do see Bronze League Heroes also backing up. Middle, though, it's Genji snatching down the little Time Weaver. Chromie going to fall. The first kill of the game for Bronze League Heroes. They are on the board. Still up top, Thrall and Sonya battling it out. Again, I think Sonya should have the better half of this for now. Not really too much that Thrall's going to be able to do when she can sustain so hard on the bottom side. We're all over this map right now, as we expect here in Division E. But it's being controlled here pretty favorably by Married and Mediocre. I think Stitch is doing a fantastic job of making sure no one's walking onto his point. So much health. He's missing a hook there. You saw the roots come out, trying to lock it down. Finally, though, and I didn't see it coming through, but Sonya is going to fall in that top lane, giving opportunity now for Thrall to move on the point, and potentially the first dragon of the game if Married and Mediocre can move here towards the mid. But there's a 4-man defense currently by Bronze League Heroes, and it's not going to be easy for anyone to move forward. But look at that great hook. The roots were not in the correct spot that time, but it's okay. They got a lot of damage put forth on to the Lily as Phoenix is warping over the wall back to safety. But look at this damage. Chromie gonna finish off the Falstad. What a dragon's breath there. Falstad just stood right in it, didn't see it coming, and another kill on the board. Make it 4 now for Married and Mediocre. Yep, falling low, has some heals, but gets hooked back, and now Diablo under pressure will fall. That's the 5th kill of the game now for Married and Mediocre, really dominating. Up top, we see Rage Fist potentially in trouble as Phoenix is showing up, putting the slow down. Does Thrall have a root? They might be able to finish off this on your Rage Fist. Now using Whirlwind and does get back to safety, but this does give opportunity to Married and Mediocre to warp onto the point with their Phoenix, start channeling that top side. But they don't control the bottom, as we see Genji is still down there pushing forth the wave. Level 7s are online, though, for Married and Mediocre. They're going to make their push. We'll see what they can do. Here comes Diablo and Lily. They're going to join the fray down here in the bottom. Falstad now arriving as well. 4 heroes from Bronze League Heroes trying to play defense here on the bottom side. Chromie trying to throw forth a Sandblast, but gets charged by Diablo. We see Phoenix working on a siege camp, and we do see it's also respawned on the side of Bronze League Heroes. We'll see, maybe they want to get that camp out once again. We saw them prioritize it earlier in the game. Hourglass shutting down Diablo for now. Up top, it's still Thrall, it's still Sonya. Sonya probably going to walk forward on there again as they want to get this channel. Rage Fist pushing Thrall back, but let's keep an eye down here because the siege giants have been gathered. They're going to start pushing down this lane, which will give opportunity to Married and Mediocre to work on recontrolling this bottom contention point. Great roots. Here comes the blast. Not in line from Chromie here in the mid is a 3-man defense from Bronze League Heroes. They're going to make the rotation down to the bottom. They do not control this bottom beacon. They want to get it back. There's the slowing stance from Chromie. She's at level 8. She has her ultimate. It is going to be the slowing sands as here comes Stitches. Might be looking for a hook here. Has a target. It is Diablo. Gets the hook and the blast from Chromie. Not quite enough, but finally able to be killed by Malfurion. Naisu, the captain, locking that one home. Siege Giants still here for Married and Mediocre. They are now getting some structured damage, and with this full level lead they have right now, are going to be at level 10 very soon. There's Lily taking more damage. A huge blast there. Another Dragon's Breath from Chromie. Top side, we see Rage Fist joined by Tyro now going to be pushing Thrall back off this point. I don't think there's enough damage from that Switch Strike. No, it's not. And on the bottom side, Lily died. So now 7-1 on the board in favor of Married and Mediocre. There are battles happening all across this battleground, and most of it has been in the favor of Married and Mediocre so far. They have their level 10 heroics online now. And we're going to take a peek at Slowing Sands. It's Sundering. We see the Bile from Stitches. Now Twilight Dream from Malfurion. Waiting on one more selection from Phoenix. But they have this lead, and maybe they're going to take advantage of it for this brief moment. Looks like Bronze League Heroes are pinging their siege camp. They're kind of working down those siege giants. They have control of the top. Sonya doing a great job once again up there. Diablo now in control of this bottom side. Still no level 10s. The defense is here from Married and Mediocre at the mid. Still no Dragon Knights collected from either team here. Flight coming out from Falstead. Might be looking to pick up a kill here on this Phoenix. He throws out his Purification Salvo. Gets a friendly helping hand from Stitches. Gets back, but not quite. Huge Twilight Dream here from the Malfurion. Nisu locking down a few, and they do pick up a kill on top of Lily. There's the Mighty Gust from Falstead trying to disengage that. But they do end up trading it 1-for-1. It's a Phoenix for a Lily, and now bottom side going to be recontrolled by Married and Mediocre, and a full level lead still on the table for them, doing a fantastic job of maintaining that XP advantage. Now waiting at mid, potentially looking for someone to stick their head out. Instead, they're going to work on clearing out this wave in the mid side, giving up control of the bottom side. Looks like Genji going to be swift striking down, collecting it once again for the red team. But top side missed it again because, again, fights are happening everywhere. Sonya falling, and that means Married and Mediocre can gather that top side beacon again. Here comes a flank out of the bush here from Falstead. Chromie could be in trouble. There's the charge, but use a perfect ice block to defend against it. Genji goes deep and does finish off the kill on top of her, but gonna lose his life in the exchange. A 1-for-1 Chromie for Genji. Fantastic job, though. I think Genji swift striking across, making sure he can finish off that Chromie. And I really liked what I saw out of that timeout. Preventing the charge from Diablo was a heads-up play. Very quick reaction time by Chromie to survive the initial engagement. Bottom side once again. The rotation coming out from Married and Mediocre. Gonna get a root here on top of Diablo, but he has so much health. Here's a hook. Not gonna be much follow-up damage this time. Control point on the top still held by Sonya. They do not now control the bottom side, so her arriving here at mid is gonna be just a little bit too late. Should be able to rotate back up, clear out this bruiser camp that's pushing down her lane. It's almost a stalemate, though. Back and forth with control of these beacons. Neither team able to get a big enough opening quite yet. But so far, it's been mostly Married and Mediocre getting the better of these exchanges as they're working on another siege camp. Finally, that bruiser camp's getting cleared out here on the top side. And Thrall was trying to regather the beacon, but he's going to get bullied off. He knows that there's too much red presence now with Falstead up here. We see him now dropping his flight. Where is he headed? It's on top of Chromie. He Mighty Gust Chromie on top of this fort, and she's going to start taking some damage. No, the minion was there. It was enough. The timeout's being played, and Falstead will be able to finish her off. Very close. Outstanding play there by boozing it up on that Falstead. The Mighty Gust play was fantastic. Chromie was not able to use her timeout in time, so she kind of got pushed in a weird spot. There's a hook. Landed on top of, yep, here's the Purification Salvo. Genji now in a weird spot, puts out his deflect, so he didn't take too much damage, but he did get silenced. He is getting rooted. Here's the X-Strike, and it's going to finish off Malfurion. They trade out 1-for-1 Malfurion and Genji in that exchange. The Lightning Breath almost finishing off the Phoenix, but not quite enough. Thrall will fall, however, and that is another kill on the board for Bronze League Heroes, and they're starting to make their way back into this game. Picking up those kills right there was enormous. It gives them control of this bottom beacon, but they got to make their way back up top. And I don't think Falstead has his flight available for the time being, so he's going to have to slow walk his way up there. Sonya, of course, is dead. She died in that exchange, so they're they're just going to work on the siege camp. They're going to continue getting pressure out. They still have to catch up in these levels. They're down a full level right now, and they need to find a way to get some structure damage because this bottom side lane, they haven't really done much. They've almost lost their fort here, so these siege shrines should help. But they need to find a way also to deal with Thrall. I wish I had a way to check in on... Ooh, that's not what I wanted to do. See if I can switch that back. There we go. Oh, here comes damage. Mighty Gust from Falstead. Gonna save Diablo, but the hook is there from Stitches, and now the Purification Salvo on top, and yep, is gonna fall. That is his souls reset. Diablo will respawn with 0 souls, so that is enormous. Sonya in trouble, hidden into that, excuse me, Dragon's Breath there by Chromie, and another kill on the board. And this is level 16 now. Phoenix on the bottom side sees Genji here, but he's so low, he's going to have to get some healing from Lily. Captain Speedy going to walk on top of this bottom point, but here come Genji. Here comes Falstead, and Phoenix is not going to survive this one. He falls, but the Dragon Knight was able to be gathered up by... excuse me, Married and Mediocre. These names I gotta get used to. Married and Mediocre get the first dragon in the game 12.5 minutes in as Chromie is under pressure. Might be in trouble here. No Mighty Gust, but it is up in 1 second as she pops out of this timeout. Cherubin in a weird spot will fall, but they trade out the Genji. A sweet little hook there by Tanker on that Stitches, and now Lily's in a weird spot getting caught in this bile. The hook is not quite yet available. There's a boot on Sonya pushing her back. We'll see if Stitches wants to try to play a hook here, but instead they're going to rotate bottom. They still have this Dragon Knight for another 35 seconds. It is very healthy, so they want to get this fort down, and I think they have more than enough time here to do so. Thrall whacking away inside that Dragon Knight suit that he's wearing for the time being. Big boot there on Diablo, pushing them back as they are down to 17 seconds. Hook and a miss there by Tanker. Rejoining the fight now is Phoenix. He's making it down to this bottom lane. Now 10 seconds on the Dragon Knight. They're going to wail away at this wall, trying to see what they can do. Potentially get rid of some of these towers, some of this HP on these walls, and it does fall. They don't get the tower, which that's where some of that XP is held. But we see our teams on even talent tiers. Bronze League Heroes are looking to get back in this one, down 15-8 in kills. It's been a bloodbath so far. Sonya's not here, but looks like they might walk into this bruiser camp, but Stitch is doing a great job holding the bush, throwing out some bile as well as that slowing sands. But here's Diablo on the flanking side, charging forward. There's Purification Salvo from the Phoenix, and Diablo's very low. Huge Dragon's Breath connecting on top of Lily, and the warp forward by Phoenix. He's finding some blood, ends up killing off the Diablo, killing off the Lily. His teammates finally kill off the Falstead. So a 3 for 2, blood on both sides as we've seen throughout the game. It could have been destructive if Sonya had been there. Even more destructive for Bronze League Heroes as we saw them end up picking up 2 kills, but they didn't have their Sonya. They weren't able to get the better of the exchange. The Bruiser Camp, of course, was picked up by Married and Mediocre, and they're going to use it to push down these structures they started on earlier with that Dragon Knight. There you do see the first tower falling, not the second one quite yet, but Chromie and Stitches will finish it off. And now they're looking at a level and a half lead, making their way towards level 20. Sonya still up top up against Thrall. She's trying to push forward the Bruiser Camp, but here comes Malfurion to make sure that Sonya will not be able to play the bully anymore. They do have this Bruiser Camp here. It has respawn. Looks like Malfurion and Phoenix will get started on it as they're sitting next door. Bronze League Heroes getting their Siege Camp out, and it is matched on the other side by Married and Mediocre. Stitches and Chromie picking that up for their team. Shrine phase number 2 spawning. We're 15.5 minutes into this battle here on Dragonshire. 19.5 is the level for Married and Mediocre as we see all 5 members potentially moving down to this bottom side. They know Sonya's up top. Stitches tries to throw in a hook but gets interrupted by Diablo, but a huge Dragon's Breath is going to finish off Lily. Now no supporting is available for Bronze League Heroes. A huge pickup there for Married and Mediocre as they are able to gather this bottom shrine. Chromie and Stitches continuing this wave push, And they're going to have opportunity now with this Siege Giant still here to get some damage onto that bottom keep. There's going to have to be response by someone from BronzeLeagueHeroes. We see that huge fishing hook come out from Stitches. Not able to connect on anything, but that extended range could come into play later into this match. Watch this rotation. Everyone from Married and Mediocre is waiting, and they're looking to find this Sonya. There's the root from Malfurion. There's the silence, the Twilight Dream, but is there enough damage? Yes, barely enough to finish off that Sonya. Now Thrall able to move on to this top shrine. They did give up positioning on the bottom shrine, as we see Diablo, Genji, and Falstad able to regather that for BronzeLeagueHeroes. But they have the advantage on the map for 40 seconds as Sonya is still dead. And they're level 20s. Huge advantage, power play opportunity here for Married and Mediocre. They connect the hook, a root on top of Falstad, but no follow-up was available quite yet. Here's Stitches, potentially looking for his hook that he has, but everyone from BronzeLeagueHeroes is backing up, now giving opportunity on the mid lane for someone to pick up this Dragon Knight. Looks like it could be Chromie. Falstad desperately trying to fly top, but he's not going to be there in time. Dragon Knight number 2 picked up for Married and Mediocre, and look at them march directly towards this bottom lane. They want that keep. They want to start getting catapult pressure. They're playing it well so far, so we'll see what they can get out of this Dragon Knight. All 5 members are here. They don't have their Chromie, so they don't have quite as much extended range, but we'll see if their hook, their root, both their roots can come into play as the hook is down now. The Dragon Knight marching forward, Lightning Breath from Diablo, the first heroic to be used here, but only getting damage on top of the Dragon Knight. Great root, zoning out the Sonya, and that's enough. Even before that Purification Salvo hits, now they get a hook on top of Tyro. He's got the X-Strike back to safety, but gets Twilight Dreamed on his landing and falls. Now 2 heroes dead, a double kill for Married and Mediocre. They still have the Dragon Knight, and they're looking to march forward onto the core. It's fallen low, but they still have this 2-hero advantage as the shielding is down. Now the core at 60%. Now fallen below 50. There's looking to continue this pressure below 40 now. Looking at 30% on this core as Chromie enters her time out, and they might be backing up out of this. Looking for more kills though, and they find a hook and a root on top of Lily, giving them the final opportunity to finish off this core. Still 15 seconds for Sonya to respawn. GG. Game number 1 going to be handed over to Married and Mediocre. Whew. So let's take a peek at, and why is this not okay? Looks like that screen's not working right now. That's okay. We're still here. We're going to take a peek at this post-game summary screen. Outstanding job by Tragus up in the top lane. 5-0. Really dominating the matchup up against Sonya. I thought he did a fantastic job. Sonya falling 6 times. So you hate to see that. Phoenix, 7-3. Picking up the most kills in this one. And I thought a really good job, Malfurion and Stitches. As I talked about during the draft, we wanted to see how they looked for their synergy, right? With the hook, the follow-up root from Malfurion, and I mean, they were spot on. They connected on numerous occasions, found a lot of kills, and 23 on the board for Married and Mediocre is enough to win them game number 1. Here are the talent selections. If you guys want to take a peek on this VOD, if you do not already follow me on YouTube, our lovely friend Nightbot has dropped a link in chat. Trying to get up to 100 YouTube subscribers so I can get a custom URL. So I can't do it without your support. If you guys stop in, hit the little red subscribe button, tell me you love me, follow these teams. I will have the VOD up later this evening. So that's it for game number 1. We're going to be back for game number 2. Towers of Doom is the selection by Married and Mediocre. We'll be back in about 5 minutes. Thank you so much for tuning in. And up 1-0 right now is Married and Mediocre. We are back. Game number 2, just about set to go. Have the teams in lobby checking to see if they are ready. Still missing ones. We're going to hold on. Oh, looks like they are here. Nice, who says he's ready as well. So game number 2, without further delay, this is going to be Towers of Doom.
Towers of Doom.
So fantastic game number 1. We saw the Stitches and we saw the Malfurion. I thought were a great little combo there. As I'm dropping stuff off my desk. Here we go. Got it. Yeah, really great job by Stitches Malfurion. We'll see if Bronze League Heroes wants to make an adjustment here in game number 2. I think that combo can still be pretty powerful. We still see their Yrel ban here in the top of the ban list. So I'm going to be a good caster boy this time and begin writing down stuff as it goes. Dahaka, still the priority for Married and Mediocre, as we saw in game number 1 as well. But here, I think opportunity to see a bit of a change. We saw Maiev banned in the first game. This time it's going to be Chromie. So taking that away from Married and Mediocre, I think, is a very well-deserved change in strategy, because Chromie got a tremendous amount of value there in game number 1 and was able to finish off a lot of kills. More than Bronze League Heroes were comfortable with dealing with there. I do want to say I love the support you guys are giving me in chat. I appreciate all of you who've stopped in. 26 right now. Outstanding support. Garrosh still a ban. Priority for Married and Mediocre. Just outstanding support. Obviously, NGS Season 5 kicking off today. I have a huge schedule lined up. I've already picked up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games, including this one for round number 1. I still have room for at least another 3, potentially. Asmodan! Alright, I like seeing this pick. Can get a tremendous amount of work done. Split lane pressure. And seeing him prioritized, I love it. Has opportunity now. Raynor still out there. See if anyone wants to pick him up. And there he is. Raynor is the selection. And probably pair it with their support. I know they kept Mouth pretty high in game number 1. This time they're going to take away the Falstead, who was played by Bronze League Heroes in game number 1. So they're going to take Falstead away, and they're going to get their own bit of global pressure this time. And without Dahaka on the board, it could be opportunity to get some valuable trades here, favorable trades on these altars as they spawn Tychus and ETC, the selections from Bronze League Heroes. You know, casters can get thirsty too, right? A little bit thirsty. Tychus and ETC. Alright, so a bit different of a strategy. 3 new heroes selected by Bronze League Heroes. Final ban for Married and Mediocre is going to be Lily, taking away that prioritized support in game number 1. And the final ban of the map is belonged to Bronze League Heroes. We'll see what they want to go with. Perhaps getting rid of... we saw them ban the Zagara in game 1, but will they ban it again here? Maybe they want to take away something like the Phoenix of the Genji, and it's going to be the Genji who they had in game number 1. Okay. Phoenix. There is the Phoenix. He was played in the first game by Married and Mediocre, and we're going to see him yet again here as well, this time paired with Johanna. So no Stitches, no Malfurion. They're switching it up, going with the Crusader Johanna, my favorite tank in the game. Excited to see her come out. Oh, welcome to the stream, Ashes. How are you this evening? Hello, hello. Final 2 picks on the board. Bronze League Heroes, 1 second left. They're going with Ragnaros and Lieutenant Morales. So 2 games in a row, we're seeing these off-meta supports, and I am excited because you don't get to see a Lieutenant Morales very often. And Zarya, unbelievable selection here. Going to be played by the Captain Naisu, it looks like. That's interesting. Okay, so a bit of pressure from the Russian gauntlet of Zarya. We'll see how that works out. Ragnaros, Lieutenant Morales, and Zarya. Very cool picks here by both teams. I think the Zarya pick is the most interesting, actually, because this is a hero that, if played correctly, can just rip through structures. If they can get her up to a high energy level, and she can stand there, throw out some shielding to prevent a Rainer from falling, to prevent a Falstead from falling, plenty of opportunity for them to get a lot of structure damage. But they do have to go up against an Azmodan. They do have to go up against a potential Mosh Pit. But I think they have enough to deal with the Mosh Pit. They have Expulsion Zone. They have the Bless Shield. They have a Mighty Gust. They even have a Q from Rainer that can knock it back. So plenty of opportunities. So maybe we won't see the Mosh Pit in this one. But here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 2 with the correct observer overlay this time. We have Married and Mediocre on the left-hand side. It's Cherubin on the Rainer. Tanker going to be playing Falstead. On the Phoenix will be Captain Speedy. Naisu the captain on Zarya. And Tragus going to be the tank playing the Crusader, Johanna.
10 seconds.
On the right-hand side, we have Bronze League Heroes. Tank Girl on the Lieutenant Morales. Rage Fist playing Ragnaros. Tyro, the captain, on Azmodan. Yep, going to be the ETC. And rounding it out on Tychus will be Boozing It Up. So now that we have the correct overlay, I can do cool things like show you the talents. Okay, so we have Demolitions Expert from Zarya looking to get those Qs out and rip through at some range. Bit of a split here by Married and Mediocre, sending 3 to the bottom lane, trying to get the Zarya started, and they're already working through these minions. We see the rotation coming out from Azmodan, marching his way down here. Here comes Tyro, as well as Yep on his ETC, going to hold down that bush and try to see if anyone's sticking out. Zarya trying to reveal the bush with some of her particle grenades. ETC still being patient and finally is spotted. Great job there by Naisu checking that bush. Taking a peek up top because it is Ragnaros and it is Falstead. Keep an eye up there for you guys. Mid side we see 4 heroes from Bronze League Heroes pushing through these waves, and they're keeping up the rotations. They're going to try to rotate this as 4, and so far it's working out, I believe, in the favor of Married and Mediocre, as that minion wave is crashing on that wall, and missed experience there by Bronze League Heroes. And we see the first siege camp of the game being gathered by Married and Mediocre. Captain Speedy here on his Phoenix once again. They showed in game number 1 that they're going to try to get on top of these camps, as now Rainer in a bit of trouble. Got power slid upon, but not enough follow-up there by Morales and Asmo. Of course, Asmo still looking to stack up his quest. I'm going to keep a close eye on it. Currently only at 14. But he did go into that Wrath, so he's looking to get the extra hits on top of heroes. Here's a power slide, interrupting a warp from Phoenix, or did it? And he actually did have the warp. He gets back to safety, but up top was Falstead, fallen to the hands of Ragnaros. Rage Fist picking up first blood in the game. This first blood, however, is in favor of Bronze League Heroes, looking to pick up a split here in game number 2. They lost game number 1, and they lost on their own map. This time they're headed over to the map selection of Married and Mediocre, and looking good so far, but they're losing some structures as those pumpkin sappers were able to stay healthy all the way to that fort wall and rip through about half of it. Those towers are pretty low, so they're gonna have to play defense down here. This bottom lane's so important, as a siege camp was gathered by Ragnaros. It's gonna be pushing this top lane out, so it's gonna give them more pressure up here. And of course, it's just Johanna here for now. The Falstead didn't return to this lane. Johanna picked it up, and some of those sappers are connecting through, but I missed another kill. It's Phoenix falling on the other side. So 2 kills already picked up for Bronze League Heroes as the altars are activating. And with this sort of lead, they're going to try to make a push probably onto this enemy altar. Here comes ETC, has a Johanna to deal with, has a Falstead to deal with, and will be able to interrupt that in time. Here come the support from Lieutenant Morales, as well as the Ragnaros. Now Tychus going to be joining right now. Phoenix has respawned, is here. There's Captain Speedy Still no rotation coming from Rainer and Zarya. They're pretty far away. They might not be able to get here in time because Johanna's fallen low. Has to pop that Iron Skin. Moving back now are Married and Mediocre as Ragnaros is channeling the altar, and it will be picked up. 2 shots. 2 full altar shots there from Bronze League Heroes. They're up 36-32 right now as the first altar phase is over. So pretty huge, picking up the kill on the Phoenix. Gave them opportunity to push forward aggressively on top of the enemy altar there and take a little lead here, but Asmodee could be in trouble. No, he's going to back up for now. Up top, we still see Johanna trying to deal with the Ragnaros, so not a true solo laner up here right now, and Ragnaros getting the better end of that deal. Here's ETC pushing forward on top of Rainer. Kind of in a weird spot. He's able to back up. There goes Yep back to safety. Falstead still soaking the mid lane, and he is in the hammer build, so he'd love to be on top of some heroes, and he's looking now to flank on top of this Ragnaros. Johanna making the call, saying, get up here, Flyberry. Let's see if we can get some damage on top of this Fire Lord. Rage Fist in a lot of trouble. No mana right now. Very low. Falstead taking a barrel roll over the wall, trying to finish off Ragnaros, and they will pick it up. The first kill of the game for Married and Mediocre, as now they're trying to get their siege camp, but look at Phoenix. He's so low, he has to back up a bit. Naisu also pretty low on that Zarya. He's got to back up as well, as now ETC able to walk on top of the point, but has no support. The range isn't there from Lieutenant Morales. They finally get the camp, though, as the team of Married and Mediocre was just too split, and stealing away that siege camp. Enormous as altars are spawning. They're gonna have to deal with this now. 6 sappers in this bottom lane, and all 6 are looking to connect, and that is a huge amount of experience that was just picked up there by Bronze League Heroes as they're making this aggressive push yet again on top of the enemy altar that is spawned here in the top left. We see Ragnaros gathering this one on the right hand side, so that's already picked up. Here's Asmodee chunking down with some of his Globes of Annihilation. ETC very low, getting some support from Morales, but Morales was not able to keep Tychus alive, and the first kill in this exchange belongs to Married and Mediocre, as now Zarya picking up a lot of energy, looking to throw these particle grenades out, and backing up has to be the Bronze League Heroes. Are going to give up this altar to Johanna, who's channeling it right now, but still maintaining a lead. It's going to be Bronze League Heroes. They've been doing a fantastic job so far of getting the siege camps out. The sappers have done a considerable amount of damage, especially in that bottom lane right before that altar phase. You saw a ton of it come out. Speaking at these level 7 talents that are here, and Asmodee sitting at 78 of 200 stacks, so keep an eye on him with his continued stacking and scaling throughout this game. Top side looks like Ragnaros was bullied off that siege camp, but this bottom lane push is now open here for Bronze League Heroes. They're going to start getting this tower down, the last tower of support before the fort is going to start being under pressure, and here it comes. 4 members from Bronze League Heroes, along with an Asmodee who can do a considerable amount of damage himself, are working down this bottom side. Falstead getting power slid by the ETC there, and Tankard's going to have to start backing up. Tychus looking to do some damage. There's a grenade, not enough to finish off Falstead, but they might have enough with these minions now respawning. Up top, we see a Molten Core from Ragnaros pushing back the members of Married and Mediocre, as now Bronze League Heroes getting the first fort of the game, and it's in this bottom lane. And look at this, a siege camp has spawned, and correctly so. They are pinging and moving directly on top of it. Both teams sitting very close to level 10s, as there it is, level 10 is picked up by Married and Mediocre, and Bronze League Heroes, they have to get this camp down quickly. It's just a Tychus and Morales working on it. ETC holding the bush, making sure no one can walk in here. Finally, level 10s are achieved for Bronze League Heroes, as the altars are 10 seconds away from spawning. Asmodee still chunking, sitting at 84 stacks now. And here we go.
It should be.
Hidoriho? No, there weren't a bunch of healers banned. We saw Lily banned out. That was the only one. But here's the altars. One is already picked up by Bronze League Heroes. The bottom side starting to be channeled now by Phoenix, but here comes a globe to interrupt it by Asmodee, as now Bronze League Heroes are able to make a move. There's a power slide. That's Tanker trying to get back to safety, and the Planet Cracker inside of that Graviton, picking up a quad kill. Can they make it 5? ETC trying to get back to safety. Yep is the only hero left alive for Bronze League Heroes, and it is a mega kill for Married and Mediocre, the first one I got to cast in this NGS Season 5. What a synergy. You saw the Graviton Surge, followed by one of my favorite heroics in the game, a Planet Crackery. Crackery Doodle Doo by the Phoenix. Finishing off all 5 members. What a fantastic display. And I don't think Bronze League Heroes saw that coming. What a combo. And it's not the first time we've seen combos here out of this team. Game 1, it was the hooks. It was the roots. This time, it's going to be the Graviton Surge and the Planet Cracker. I'm still, like, someone please go clip that. That was quite the play. I'd love to see that on an NGS round 1 highlight reel somewhere. Married and Mediocre finding the mega kill, and now level 13s. I'm just aghast at that one. Appreciate the bits. Moist Weenus, as always, dropping 100 bits in channel. Thank you so much for stopping in. Here goes Married and Mediocre, though, working on the boss, the Headless Horseman. Gonna give them another 4 shots, and it will even up the game at 24 on the core for each of these 2 teams. Alter phase number 4, I believe, is activating in 20 seconds. Already in position, Bronze League Heroes looking to set up inside one of these bushes, and Married and Mediocre sending a few back to base to get some health, to get some mana. A little late to arrive, but they still have this level 13 advantage. There's a barrel roll over the wall to set up in this bottom side position. Great job with the particle grenade by Naisu checking that bush, and here's ETC on the front line, waiting for Asmodean and Ragnaros to be in range to make anything happen here. All 10 members are here, and it's Phoenix, the first to start the channel, but does get interrupted by ETC and Asmodean. Yep, in a little bit of trouble, has to get that speed boost away there by Ragnaros, but look who's split. It's Tychus boosting it up in a weird spot, 20 health. Can he get back to safety? No. It's Rainer, his buddy, finishing him up. There's a stage dive, not hitting onto anything, and now Yep's in a weird spot, has to use power slide back to safety once again, and the channel is coming out from Captain Speedy, but interrupted there by Ragnaros and his Meteor. But they have opportunity for 5 more seconds. Tychus is still dead. Finally, the altar is picked up. It's 4 shots more for Married and Mediocre, picking that up there. And they're also now going to try to steal away an enemy sapper camp, and they will. This bottom lane is now going to be under assault by Married and Mediocre, who have a lead 24-20 here in map number 2. They already picked up a win over on Dragonshire in map number 1, and with these pumpkin sappers, they might be able to rip through this fort, but here comes a huge lava wave, going to push them back for now, clear out those minions that were applying some defense for them up against this fort. But now it's Johanna playing the meat shield. Tragus trying to use as much health as he can to get through this, and they do, but there's the Odin from boosting it up, and Tychus trying to see if they can find anything great. Mighty Gust by Tanker, making sure no one can finish off their Phoenix, and that's going to be a successful fort steal there in the bottom side. They're up 2 levels, or I should say a level and a half right now. 1 level away from getting their level 16 talents, as we see 3 altars will be spawning in this next phase. Falstead flying up top, trying to see if anyone was on top of that siege camp, but no one was. Instead, they're going to continue getting their stacks. But look at this. 2 altars up top. Team's even strength. But bottom side, you had to get that fort back, which they did. And they see 4 members there. We'll see what happens. Falstead does not have a flight right now, and it looks like Tychus, Asmodean, and Lieutenant Morales are going to march up top to defend against anyone attacking here on the top side, which is just Falstead in that bush, and he's going to get pushed away, and that is picked up by Ragnaros, but the stage dive from Yep was enough to interrupt Rainer. But here's Tychus. He gets the stim drone, but he's not able to find any damage on top of anyone. So heroic used there by Lieutenant Morales, really giving no benefit for Bronze League Heroes, as we do see a trade so far 1-for-1 on these altars, and one altar remaining on the side of Married and Mediocre. They have to find a way to channel it though. Rainer's fallen pretty low. Falted's pretty low. There's the Graviton Surge. There's the Planet Cracker, and there's another kill on top of Tychus. And with that advantage, the 5v4 advantage right now, it might be enough to tell Bronze League Heroes that they should not further contest this, as it is gathered by Phoenix yet again. They're finding damage on top of Ragnaros and ETC. Rage Fist falling very low, and with that slow by Phoenix, it's enough to finish off Ragnaros. Yep, could be next. Very low, now below 300, and falls to Rainer. They find another kill. Lieutenant Morales could be next. Is there any way to lock her in? Yes, there is. A quad kill yet again off the backs of that Graviton Surge, on the back of that Planet Cracker. They're finding the kills with their heroics, and they're doing a great job of it. Now, Azmodan, the only hero still in defense here, finally joined by his comrade Tychus. But with this siege camp that's about to be picked up by Phoenix, it should be enough to give the pressure they need to get the rest of this fort down. We'll see what happens. Bottom side looks like Falstead was checking out another siege camp here, but really right now it's all about this top fort. Lava wave coming out from Ragnaros. He just respawned and he dropped it as soon as he could here, and it will kill the minions and give opportunity for the sappers to be cleared as well. So Ragnaros making use of his kit, doing a great job there, but he could be in trouble. Rage Fist being caught out. There's a mighty gust sending Ragnaros in the wrong direction. There is no way he survives. Another kill picked up by Married and Mediocre. Now 13-2 on the board, and Rainer has 5 of them right now. Fantastic job here by Rainer. And really, it's just been all Married and Mediocre yet again. They're still sitting with that Talontier advantage. Alter spawning in 9 seconds, but up top we do see the Headless Horseman being attacked again. This time it's the Bronze League Heroes, knowing where their opponents were, making their way on top of that. It's only Azmodan here in defense. He's probably going to try to poke it out for a little bit, but he can't do anything until at least the stage dive comes out from ETC. Headless Horseman finally gathered, but they got to make this rotation quick. Ragnarok's still pretty far away. The rest of the heroes still pretty far away, and I like this move. Married and Mediocre, knowing they have the sappers, they want to get this fort down, and they do. And look at that. Finally, Azmodan, though, finishing his Wrath stacks. But is it too late? Phoenix channeling this altar. Going to put them below 10 core health. They're now sitting at a total of 7 because 5 shots were there. That bottom fort was still in control of Married and Mediocre, and they're looking to maintain control of it, saying you will not get this one back as easily as you did last time. And they're going to stay in this bottom lane for the time being. I do like this play, knowing that there's not much on the map to do. Azmodan, wow, huge chunks now on Falstead, and that's going to start to hurt. So they have to make sure Tyro can't get out of control. He's the captain for Bronze League Heroes, and I like that they're trying to get this back. And I think with Ragnaros, with Azmodan, they have plenty of pressure to push the members of Married and Mediocre backwards, as Azmodan is really able to get a lot of stacking now, ripping through these minion waves up to 236. So that's about 30 plus stacks in just a minute or so. We'll see him start to scale tremendously for the rest of this game. Here's another one, clearing out a lot of minions in mid. But a battle could ensue here. Before level 20 for Married and Mediocre, they might want to try to find those level 20s, as another lava wave is going to push back this top wave. And that's really going to inhibit the push that they're trying to set up here, as 2 minion waves were destroyed there. And it's going to be only the Johanna applying pressure, or defense at least, with their HP pool. They're going to get this, but look at the bottom side. Smart play by Bronze League Heroes, knowing that they were up top getting destroyed. They're going to push forward and seal away a fort for themselves, but a sapper crossed the line, and that puts the core health of Bronze League Heroes at 6. teams both in control of 3 forts, so this is only going to be 4 shots if gathered by Married to Mediocre, but they want to find a fight right now. Bronze League Heroes are looking for it, and they're trying to throw out some damage on top of some of these heroes, but they're just not finding it quite yet. There's the Odin, there's a stage dive, and they lose their Ragnaros first, which is really going to hurt them. Finally, we see the stim drone, and the Planet Cracker was there, but it was a little early because there was no Graviton Surge, but it doesn't matter. They're finding kills. They're finding on ETC. They're finding on Asmodean, as well as Lieutenant Morales. Tychus could be next, and yet again, a huge kill picked up by Married and Mediocre. They find all 5, making it a mega kill, and ace. All the heroes for Bronze League Heroes are dead, and this means they can get rid of some of these structures and maybe even end the game here. If they can get rid of this bottom fort, if they can use these sappers to clear out this other bottom fort, I mean, we're looking at GG. And these sappers, I love to see this happen. Instead of just gathering that altar right away, they're trying to make the aggressive play, and will they be able to math this correctly? They still have to get that bottom fort if they want to have enough. Instead, they're going to say, okay, we'll take them down to 1 core health, and a huge lead in this game. Now, 16-1. If they could have waited just a moment more, they would have been able to get this bottom fort here as well. Instead, they're going to take their lead, a huge lead. They have the talent here. It's 18-3 on the board, with Rainer leading the way with 8 of those kills. They're not going to be able to get that last core shot off from the tower pressure, but they are going to be able to work down yet another fort potentially. Here's a stage dive from ETC trying to say, no, no, no. You are not going to get this one too easily. Level 20s are gathered now, and I'll put them up on your screen for you right now, but they have to play defense, and having a hero like Ragnaros, especially picking up this upgrade at level 20 Lava Surge, gives them an additional charge to help clear out these waves even further. So we'll see if he uses that. He still has 1 ready to go, but they got to find some picks. Maybe they find that Rainer's in this bottom lane all by himself. There's a warp out there by Captain Speedy, but here's ETC locking in the Johanna. The Planet Cracker going to split them up, but they have to give away the siege camp. The sapper stolen away there by Bronze League Heroes. Boss has respawned, and now there's so many places that Bronze League Heroes have to keep an eye out for, and they want to start this boss. Is this a throw pit, or will they be able to find damage? Here's the stim drone on top of the Ragnaros. Gonna try to get some damage put on Zarya, but she's just gaining energy. Here comes the Hyperion, pushing members back. The Odin was played too by boosting it up, who didn't take the big red button, and with that kill, the ETC dropping in the death mosh, but not enough damage to finish off Phoenix. He's able to get away. Tragus could be in trouble. He's gonna fall, as well as the Rainer. Wait, there's the indestructible by Johanna, but finally finished off by Rage Fist. They get the kills right before the altar spawn, but look at Falstead trying to sneak his way bottom, and I don't think anyone's gonna be able to get him. Asmodean has to throw out something to stop it. Will he get there in time? And does. Great job, Asmodean. Now Ragnaros also joining in this defense of this altar. A huge play, attempt at least there by Tanker, trying to steal away a win, but Asmodean and Ragnaros playing heads up and are able to defend for now. But here comes Phoenix, and it's only 2 members. Zarya now joining. Asmodean's here as well. Tychus about to be here. ETC respawning in 5 seconds. Has that stage dive. Keep an eye out for that. Zarya, though, able to poke away with their particle grenades. Rage Fist going to try to channel once again, and I think he's got it this time. Ragnaros able to gather another 4 shots, making this one, it's starting to look interesting. They're at the 1 health, but they're able to make the kills happen there before the altar phase, and they got both of them, so they're still alive in this one. The boss is still alive too, and it looks like Married and Mediocre want to check it out, making sure no one's here yet. All 5 members are in this bush, but here come Bronze League Heroes. They know that if they give this up, and ETC has this scouted, they know they have to make a play here, and we'll see if ETC wants to lead it off with this stage dive. Instead, he's going to march forward, has that power slide, locking in one Naisu in a weird spot, falling very low as a Planet Cracker. The boss is being channeled, and it's picked up. GG. Game number 2, handed over once again to Married and Mediocre on the back of that mighty gust there at the end by Captain Speedy. Our week 1 of round 1 victors are gonna be Married and Mediocre, giving them 2 points here in Division E. And truly an outstanding effort from both of these squads. You gotta love it when you see all the kills coming out, right? You had 10 from Rainer once again. Cherubin doing a fantastic job. The Phoenix was played really well again, I thought, at least. 20-6, and in game number 1, I think they had 20 plus kills as well. So GG's to Married and Mediocre. I'm going to try to see if I can pull in Naisu for an interview. So hang tight for just a moment, and I will try to reach out in Discord and see if he's available. That's not who I wanted to message. Let's see. Naisu. This is you? I think. Interview. I hope this is him. I think it's him. But let me know what you guys thought about that game number 2. Married and Mediocre taking the 2-0 over Bronze League Heroes. The final boss, I think just knowing they had that mighty gust with the wind tunnel upgrade at 20 was more than enough confidence they needed to maintain point control, of course, with the Planet Cracker as well. So if anyone wanted to step on there, it was going to be trouble. Still trying to reach out to Naisu. Interview. If anyone's in chat from Married and Mediocre and wants to do an interview, let me know. We still have, I don't have to do anything for another 45 minutes. If you guys want to catch more Murda RG, that's me. You can catch me at 11 p.m. Eastern. That's 45 minutes from now. Bad Manners versus Good Luck in the Nexus, a heroic division matchup. Oh, nice you. Okay. Meet in a NGS Discord lobby. All right, so looks like we are going to get Naisu. Lobby 1. Whew. Yeah, that was it's really great. And what else is really great? Look at this. You guys already got us up to 2% of the Regen Invitational 3-bit goal. Fantastic support. Moist Ween is coming through. Divine Fate Tenshi coming through. Thank you so much for those bits, and also huge thanks for all the follows I got today. You guys are amazing. Now joining me is the captain of Married and Mediocre, your 2-0 victors here this evening. Naisu, how's it going? Hold on, I can't hear you. It might be on my end. Is your mic on? 1 second, my friend. Let me just make sure this is not me. Interesting. Let me try reloading Discord really quick. I don't know why I can't hear you. Alright, be right back, my friend. Trying to rejoin with Naisu here. All right, I hear you now. How's it going?
You do? Awesome. It's going.
Was it me or you, for the record?
I believe it was you, my friend.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay. Well, I can hear you now. Looks like your audio is being captured. That's good. Awesome. Okay. So this is your first matchup of NGS Season 5. You guys 2-0'd Bronze League Heroes. Any initial thoughts you have post-game there?
I mean, it was sketchy. I felt like it was sketchy the whole time, and they were good. They're good opponents. They really put us to the edge of our limited abilities, and I thought it was a good match all around. It was fun. We had a really good time. That was our first time, so it was a good time.
Yeah, a ton of kills in game number 1, and then another ton of kills in game number 2. But let's talk about map number 1. Dragonshire was the map selection of Bronze League Heroes. Is this a map you guys are comfortable on? You guys certainly looked like you played it pretty well.
I mean, what they said, I think we've played Dragonshire a decent amount, but I think it was more like that's just a map we don't have fun playing. So when they picked Dragonshire and I went back and I told the boys, they were all like, oh, they groaned. They didn't want to play that one.
But you guys did select the Towers of Doom map in game number 2, and obviously a bit more comfort. We saw some really great macro play there. Is this a map you guys really enjoy, or is it just like flavor of the day for you guys?
Kind of. We do. I think most of us enjoy that map, but we basically, before tonight's game, we went and we looked at our highest win rate maps because we were like, all right, let's at least try to play on one of the maps that we're actually good on. And so Towers of Doom came up as our best win rate map, despite our friend Cherubim. He's not a fan there, but we put him through the test there, and we got a win, although it was a sketchy one.
Yeah, I mean, like really the story in game number 2 at least was that Graviton Surge mixed with the Planet Cracker. Is this something you guys have done before? Because the first time it happened in the match, I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, that's our quick match combo.
All right,
but
yeah,
we wanted to bring it out because it's like that's like our when our backs are against the wall, we just like let's just go for it. Like we don't need to heal it. Let's go all out. Let's just do it.
Yeah, I mean, it was fantastic. I've seen it paired with things like, you get like a mosh pit, but like a Graviton Surge from Azaria. It's a hero you don't see too often, and then it's like when you do see it, it's so sweet, and I really loved it. I hope someone picked up a clip. If not, make sure go clip it for everyone. Throw it in the highlights channel over on the NGS Discord. That was fantastic. Huge amount of kills in both of these games. Is it just high flying fireworks for you guys, or is this kind of by chance you got so many kills? But it really looked like Married to Mediocre. You guys were just killing it today. No pun intended.
Yeah, we had. I think that's just kind of how I think our friends they just have a really aggressive play style. Usually, it results in us feeding. So I've gotten pretty good at trying to keep them all alive while they just run around killing everyone. So that tends to be our strategy. It's not really well thought out.
Okay. So that's really all I have for questions. But before I let you go, I want to give you an opportunity to give any sort of shout outs you have, your teammates or your friends or your family, whoever's watching. Floor is yours, Naisu.
All right. Well, thank the boys. And I think Tanker's wife's watching. So shout out to Lane.
There you
and
go.
I think that's our one viewer, so there we go. Awesome.
Well, congratulations on the win tonight. You guys technically are in first place in Division E for the time being. Looking forward to seeing more Married and Mediocre. Great job tonight, and yeah, I'll see you soon.
Yeah, thanks, man. Great casting.
All right.
Bye.
All right, so ladies and gents, that is it for this matchup. However, as I mentioned, we do have more murder coming back to you later this evening. The doubleheader continues with Bad Manners up against Good Luck in the Nexus, a heroic division matchup. Right back here at twitch.tv/murderrg. You do not want to miss it because the heroic division is about to get lit. And I'm good friends with Bad Manners. I'm been friends with Stixa since back in my chair league days, where he did some casting of my team, the initial iteration of Regen, and kind of stuck around being friends with him ever since. Really great dude. He's playing along with some of his friends, former members of Order of the Sleeping Dragon, aka OSD, who were previous NGS champions. So it's going to be a really great match. Getting their first look at them here in Season 5. But for now, that's all we have. I will be dropping stream and handing over a host to another one of our fine casters that are live out in the wild this evening. So make sure you stick around, follow the raid over to them, throw them a follow. If you haven't thrown me a follow here, go ahead and hit that follow button right now over here on Twitch. And please, Nightbot posted a link to my YouTube. I'll try to get it out once again, but if you guys can do me a huge favor, subscribe to my YouTube. I'm trying to get up to 100 subscribers. So it's up to you to be my faithful follow button and subscriber button clickers. Help me out. God bless all of you, and I will see you back here at 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific for Bad Manners up against Good Luck in the Nexus. But for now, I will see you later.